Hello! I want to talk about today the changes that you go through from being a very young adult, like 18, 19 years old, and kind of just like the growth and the shifts that you go through moving into like your mid to later 20s. I know everybody's experience is so different, but this is something that I feel like, especially in my experience, even in just such a short time, you can become such an entirely different person. And I feel like in my experience, like at 18 and 19 years old, I was hanging out with the wrong people, making the wrong choices, not taking care of my body and my spirit the way that I feel like I do now. And, even back then, it's like I thought I was doing what was best, and in time, you know what, you were. And all you can do is, when you look back at like your younger self, like genuinely you knew nothing, and we still pretty much know nothing. But it's just like forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you made when you were younger and just truly did not understand. And I feel like growing up, and even like when 2020 came around and COVID happened, I feel like it was not just me. I know so many people kind of like got hit by their like spiritual awakening in that time, being forced to be home. I mean, I know for myself, I did a complete 360 during like the 5 months being home during COVID. I remember going back to work and everyone was just like, who even are you? Like genuinely, like it was just the energy completely shifted. And I was like, I looked at people, I'm like, I know, like I know what you're seeing. I see it in myself as well. And I feel like you just go through so many shifts of energy and so many shifts of people, and and like personalities and just things. Even at 20 years old, I remember really starting to get into meditation and manifestation. And even like manifestation back then to me felt so different, because I remember thinking back when I first really learned about it and thinking, oh, I'm manifesting. And I just kept saying I was, but I really wasn't. Like nothing was, honest, you know what? No, let me take that back. The first biggest thing that I manifested was an apartment. Back when I was 20, I lived at home with my mom during COVID, which honestly was perfect. I lived at home and I worked so hard. I wanted an apartment. I knew exactly what apartment I wanted. I had looked at a few other ones before that, and nothing really like grabbed my attention the way the one specific apartment I knew I wanted. So long story short, I ended up getting that apartment. I knew it. I knew I wanted it. They accepted me. I even got in with not having to pay a security deposit or first month's rent. They were having like a deal, a whole thing. And it was a beautiful apartment, balcony, walk-in bedroom, like the whole nine. I knew that was what I wanted, and I got it. And I was saving up money, and I was so abundant, and all the things were coming to me, and people who weren't meant to be in my life, the universe was just like plucking out left and right. And I was like, oh my gosh. There even was, when like, there's kind of like unfinished business maybe with people from your past, and that like there could be an apology there if like the opportunity presented itself, like I would talk to so-and-so about this situation or whatever. That happened, and it was so crazy. I had one friend, and I can't even remember what it was about, but I just remember knowing that in that time I kind of thought about her a lot and thought, if the opportunity presented itself, we definitely could like have a conversation and hopefully get back to like a healthy place, even if we didn't become friends. And I pulled into my mom's driveway, and my sister lived there at the time as well. And that friend was in my garage. My sister was like, she used to sell stuff and whatever. And she had a whole like group of like 15 girls in our garage, like doing a little, like whatever, chatting, working, whatever. And this girl was there for it. because she was friends with one of the other girls who was there, and she was going to go help because she's very good with like organizing things and whatever. And she was there, and I will never forget that because it literally felt like the universe brought that to me. And at first I was like, wait, is this who I think it is? Because it had been years. And we ended up being able to have a conversation and get back to a healthy place and actually become friends again after that for a long time. And I just remember I felt so abundant. I felt like, wow, the universe is really on my side. And then I feel like I fell into the black night of the soul or whatever, where I feel like I spiraled back into all my unhealthy cycles. I became friends with people again who weren't meant for me, and I didn't know that at the time. I wanted these people to be for me. I wanted to be for them, but I wasn't in a healthy headspace. Even though I was convincing myself that I wasn't. I was cycling. I was not taking care of my body or spirit. I was giving it up to whoever. And I was hurting people through the process, not intentionally, but it was happening. And, you know, I was 21, 22 at this time, and 21, I think, you know, and it just ended up being, I see it now, and I see it so clearly why it worked the way that it did, but man, did it hurt. And man, did it hurt other people. And I had to work to forgive myself and forgive other people as well, and without an apology and without a conversation, you know, and that's like hard work. But at 21 years old, I had no idea. I thought I was being, you know, I remember being like, I'm so spiritual. And it was like, Sydney, that's not what it's about. But back then I didn't know that. And like that apartment, I got that apartment, and then I ended up breaking my lease because it never ended up feeling like home. It's like I set such a heavy expectation for myself for it to be something, and then it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And I ended up moving home and being home for another 2 years. You know, and in that time frame, like I went through love, and I went through grief, and I used to ignore the parts of me. I remember being able to feel my intuition on the inside, and I knew what it was trying to tell me, and I would just ignore it and just push it to the side. And now I'm 25 years old, and the last thing that I could even do is ignore my intuition. She is so strong and so powerful. Your intuition is literally your inner guiding system. If there's something that you want out of life and you can feel it within reach, listen to your intuition. When you're about to make a decision, if you feel it in your soul that it is right for you, that is your intuition telling you, go for it, lean into it. Let me guide you. Let me get you there, because you deserve this so much, and this is your path. It has taken so long to realize that, and I feel like intuition is like such a big part of manifestation as well, because it's like manifesting and believing that you deserve the life that you want, and knowing and trusting that you can have it is everything. You can have the life that you want. And I feel like growing up, like nobody prepares you for life. You know, your parents are supposed to, but it's also their first time existing. You know, it's their first time parenting. It's their first time teaching. You know, I didn't have great like guidance growing up. You know, I kind of like, even though I love my family, I love my parents. I mean, they're amazing, but I didn't feel like they were guiding me. You know, I think they kind of just like, they were very hands off, let me and my sister do our thing. And you know, it's like, you don't have preparation. I never had preparation. And now here I am at 25, and I'm just realizing like, wow, like who I am, like I'm so grateful to be who I am. And that is another huge form of manifestation for me. And I feel like in your 20s, like we're manifesting, whether you know it or not, you are, because you are creating the rest of your life. And like genuinely, and your life can shift at any moment, and I believe that as well. You can do one thing and it can be like, you're so strong, this is what I'm meant to do, and then at 40 years old and everything shifts and you go and do an entirely different thing. There's no right or wrong path. You just have to continue listening to your intuition, and it's going to get you where you want to be. in all times of your life. And it's not always easy. Like, this is very much like, I feel like I'm in a very positive, explorative, like, time and space in my life right now, and I'm manifesting a lot, and the biggest, honestly, what I've been learning lately, gratitude is everything when you're trying to create your dream life. I wake up every day, and even when I'm not super feeling it, I'm just like, I'm grateful to be able to be here and exist. I'm grateful to have this experience. It's 1 in a million that you're here right now. And it's hard to believe that when there's so many people on this planet, but you really are 1 in a million. And if there's something you want and you see other people who have it, why can't you have it? Let that be your motivation to go and get it, and take advice from those people who are living the life that you want. That's a huge one as well. Like, don't take advice from somebody who has bad energy or lives in such a low vibe. Why would you take advice from somebody who's not living the life you want? Only listen to the people who are living the life that you are after. They are going to help you get there as well, because they are going to teach you. And be open and receptive to the advice from these people. And I love a podcast. I love a good podcast from people who are living that life, because it's just such easy access to things that can help you. And just waking up every single day with the gratitude of, like, I know what I want out of my life, and I know it's within reach, and I can feel it in my soul, my intuition. I can feel it. It's so strong that I am on my way there. Even just the gratitude of, like, the path getting you there. Like, right now, today is another step closer to that dream, and it's another step where I get to work towards it. And I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be able to do that, and I feel like it's this kind of, like, shifted, but when I was 20, this isn't what my manifesting was like. This wasn't what my life was like. And now at 25, I can't even imagine who I'm going to be at 30. I can look back at this video and be like, who even was I at 25? But I know I'm going to be proud of myself. And I feel like something too that happens during your 20s is you become so much more aware of who you are, so much more aware of the people around you and the people you want to surround yourself with. You're so much more conscious of your thoughts, and how you feel when you're around people. Like, it's not just what they do and how they act, but how do you feel when you talk to people? Like, when I can feel that shift where I'm talking to somebody and it feels so low vibe versus when I'm talking to somebody and it feels so high vibe, I'm like, wow, like, this is what I'm after. I am after this high vibe energy. I'm after what makes me feel good. Go after and stay after what makes you feel good. I keep looking at a timer. It's about to go off. And I just, like, listening to your intuition, listening to the way that your body is speaking to you and the way that other people are speaking to you and the way you speak to yourself. Our words are everything. And I heard this the other day, and it said speaking or spelling. Okay, it was spelling. And there's the word spell in spelling, because the way that we speak and the words that we speak are literally spells. That, like, blew my mind, because I'm, like, such a magic person. Like, magic is how is magic not real? How are we even existing here? It's like an existential crisis thing, I feel like, majority of the time. But, like, how would we even be sitting here if magic wasn't real? So spelling, when you spell out a word, and the word spell is literally in there because it is literally magic. Why talk negatively about yourself or about other people when that is literally half of what's going to, like, be put into your subconscious mind? And you want your subconscious mind to be fed healthy, positive things so that it can also gravitate there, whatever your subconscious mind hears. And I feel like early morning as well, like early morning, something I've like literally grabbed at. Right when you wake up in the morning, start spewing these positive things inside of your mind. Even just list 10 things of, like, I'm grateful for today. Even if it's the most basic, I'm grateful for my glass of water. I'm grateful to be waking up in a warm bed. I'm grateful to go, eat some breakfast, whatever the case may be. you know, you deserve to go after that life. And I feel so strongly right now that I am manifesting so much right now, and I can feel it, and I'm not going to stop working hard to get it. Oh, once you get there, oh my gosh. Oh, like even right now, it's just like, you know what? I'm still living in my small apartment. I still have my corporate job. And you know what? I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my apartment. Oh my gosh. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to build the life of my dreams. And I know I am going to get it. I know I'm going to get it. And I know that you have the opportunity to get it as well. And just go after it. It's not easy. It's not easy. No one's going to tell you that it's easy. You know, it's not. It's absolutely not. But you deserve it, and you're worthy of it, and you're human, and other people have done this. Why are you not strong enough to do it as well? And why wouldn't you be as worthy to have it as well? Oh my gosh, I just feel so blessed and so grateful to be here and be experiencing this life, and to be meeting and talking to people and helping people and guiding myself. Like, I'm living this journey so that eventually one day I can help and teach people how for them to do it as well. Oh my gosh, I'm just so blessed and so thankful and so grateful to be here. I know that nobody watches my videos right now, but this is like a mini diaries for myself, and I love it.